Alright, so this is going to be my video documenting some of the cards that I'm going to look at for Lorwyn Eclipsed for my Peasant Cube. I'll put my Peasant Cube list on Cube Cobra in the description of this video. So what this video is going to serve as is just me looking over the commons and uncommons for my cube that I think would be interesting um, to include going forward. So my Peasant Cube is mostly based off of the most popular two big Peasant cubes on Cube Cobra, but I also have my own inclusions and pet cards or things that I changed. Um, okay, so let's get started. So we're just going to go on Scryfall. So looking at the special guests, there's nothing common or uncommon. Cards that I thought that were really cool includes here though. Slippery Boggle, always a favorite. I love the art that they did for these special guests. The Dolmen Gate, also amazing. So a particular card that I like too, getting a very good value reprint, is this Painter's Servant. It doesn't really bring down the cost all that much, but it is nice to see such a powerful card get a timely reprint. Okay, so that covers the special guests. Looking at the commander cards, how do I just sort by rarity here? Yeah, let's get out of the images, checklist, text only. We make this a bit bigger. There we go. Just seeing if there's any of these lands that really might be amazing. Abundant Countryside. That's an interesting card. I don't have a ton of kindred type things in my cube, but if I did, this would probably be pretty good, adding a shapeshifter as a mana dump later on. I don't think that's like amazing. Bicycle Lands got reprinted. Certain Tango Lands got reprinted. That's good. Gonna keep on going here. Because really the only rares that I include are lands. Nesting Grounds. Move a counter from target permanent you control onto a second target permanent. Activate only as a sorcery. I don't really have a need for that. This could be really good in Vintage Cube, potentially. Primal Beyond needs elementals, more bicycle lands, more tangos. Really cool art on some of these reprinted bicycles and tangos. Just gonna keep on moving down. Ancient Ziggurat. Add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell. So it's a restricted, fast, untapped rainbow land. It's not bad. You know, let's just take a look at the list. Sort by color. So my me edit this a little bit here. So my current multicolor lands, I have all the landscapes. I don't think that they're really that great, but I like that they cycle. And they do what you want them to do. They tutor for a land. So I don't think that they're bad. Yeah, I mean, I don't have strong feelings about Ancient Ziggurat. Looking at my list overall, the majority of the cube are creatures. If we look at creature, non-creature, so majority of the cube are creatures. So like white has 71 creatures, blue has 50, 53, 58, 65. Yeah, I mean, let's get a... Why don't I just post a blog about this, create a new blog. Lorwyn. I forget the markdown guide. How do I? Ancient Ziggurat. Ziggurat. So it's got good color fixing at uncommon. Comes in untapped. Majority of cube is creature based. So I think it's a strong card. I don't think that's like a house. It is. I don't know if it's in the main set, but a lot of the elves are probably cards that might be good, but many of them are probably in already. Interesting that they brought back Desert. Maybe it's just in the commander. Hoarder's Greed. You lose 2 life and draw 2 cards, then you clash with an opponent. If you win, repeat this process. That is a commander card for sure. I think it's a reprint, but do I have Infernal Grasp in here? Don't. But instant speed, you know. They reprinted all the cons, triome type lands. Yeah, I don't think that there's anything else here. I hate these thriving lands. I think that they're just a design nightmare. Wookerbow Elder. That's not a bad card. 4 mana for a 4/4, but it really is a 3/3 at the start. Then you upgrade it later. Not bad. I like this card. I'd have to really look and see what it would, do better than. But oh, I didn't realize this was a reprint. Okay. Okay. Well, that's the commander stuff. Rarity. Spending. Alright, here we go. There are 408 cards in Lorwyn Eclipsed. Some of the big keywords for the set are going to be, I don't know if they call it Wither or what, but basically Wither type effects, Convoke. I don't have probably hardly any Convoke in the set, or in my cube. I don't think that too many color pairings in my cube would really want too much Convoke anyway. Alright, so we're just going to go through these. Aquatex defenses. Monty's Sentence. 2 mana for cheap removal. Non-land permanent card. Hand hate. It's not bad. Non-land card, right? So I already run Agonizing Remorse. And this card is similar. It's not a twofer. So it's a single slot type card. But I do like that it can also hit a graveyard. So I have quite a bit of hand hate already. I have Duress, Agonizing Remorse, Inquisition of Kozilek. Yeah, anti-sentence. This is probably very good in limited. Um, I don't think that it's as good as some of the other hand hate that I have. So move on from that. Blight counters are another big mechanic. Blight Rot, 2 and a black, put 4, 1, 1, -1/-1 counters on target creature. That's pretty good. It's not better than my other removal at instant speed. Blossom Bind is like an imprison effect. That's not that amazing. Burning Curiosity, pretty good. Um, haven't I have not played any limited yet, and so I haven't really seen how I feel about the Rakdos Blight style gameplay in this set. It's probably pretty strong. Like if you're doing a draft of Lorwyn Eclipsed, um, it probably requires some good mechanical knowledge, and you would probably want a good signpost card early. Um, so yeah, it's not bad. I like this card. Um, 2 cards for 3 mana. But you can get 3 if you exile top 3 instead. So, yeah, I think it's good. Changeling, 3 mana. 3 mana or part of a Solemn Sim that's also a shapeshifter. That's pretty good. Oh, it puts into your hand, though. That's. Eh, eh. There's better ramp. There's better ramp. And again, I don't have like strong kindred effects in my cube. Changeling, Cinder Strike. Oh, the Cinder Strike is really good. So if you blight 1, you deal 4 damage at sorcery speed. That's pretty good. Dawnhand Eulogist. Let's see here. No. Elder Auntie. Not bad. Feed the Flames. I think this is a reprint. Oh, no. Okay. 5 damage, instant speed, 4. Hey, what? Let's see here. Do I have Brimstone Volley that requires Morbid? That's so. I have some of your very typical red removal in here. Do damage to any target, rebound. I like rebounds. You know, we're going to put this on the list. Only because I think 4 mana at instant speed, 5 damage. That's quite above rate. So... 4 mana, instant speed. So that's like a definite maybe. I like this Feed the Flames a lot. I wonder if it... What's it... Okay, it's 50 cents. I could see this being a popular standard card. Like these arts, the full arts. They're pretty nice. Gilt Leaf's Embrace. So 3 mana flash enchant creature. When this horror enters, enchanted creature gains trample and indestructible until end of turn. So this might be a really good way to punch through on lethal. One thing I don't have a ton of in my cube is combat tricks. Because I didn't want this to be too granola crunchy with combat tricks. Because part of the appeal of a Peasant cube is that a lot of newer players could play it and pilot it pretty well. But I think green might be, like, if you were going pretty heavy green in my cube, I think you would want a few more combat tricks. So this is a maybe, just because I could see this card by itself closing out the game. So let's add it to the list. How much mana is this thing? 3 mana, flash, indestructible. So, not bad. I like this card. Thinking about kindred cards that got a lot of attention in this: goblins, fairies, elves, shapeshifters, changelings. Kithkins are back, which is nice. I mean, we haven't seen Kithkin at all, I don't think, since Shadowmoor. So there are some cool Kithkin cards that I'm sure lots of people are really excited about. Giants. There weren't a ton of giants in this set, which is kind of disappointing. I have a friend who was really hoping that there would be a giant kind of kindred commander deck, given how many giants there are in this plane. But too bad. Go play a Loro. Go be an Oloro player if you want that in Commander, I guess. Unfortunately. Okay, moving on. Great Forest Red. Two mana, 15 mana Dwarf 0/4. So I like my current, green ramp mana dork package, but 0-4 might just be a little bit of a better option. I think I tried to include in all of the colors some sort of guy with a big ass I can block, because I think that's usually a good value in any deck. Is I have this 1/5 blocker, so. Keep out. This is a reprint. This card's been getting some attention online. Keep out. Choose one. Keep out deals 4 damage to target tapped creature. Standard instant speed mono white type card. There's probably one of these in every set for the past 30 years. Destroy target enchantment. Okay, valuable. The flavor text. Wizards. Yeah. Anyway, I get that it kind of fits the thematics of the set, but also it's almost a little bit on the nose. Anyway, just an interesting card just because of the flavor text. If this had some sort of like other flavor text that was like, we're gonna protect our village at all costs, totally fine. It's the South Park joke. Now Skeeter, he didn't do nothing. Kind of subtext here that is just, it feels a bit heavy-handed. Anyway, yeah, I'm sure there's some fucking asshole on r/free magic losing their goddamn mind over that card. If you ever want to see the most unemployed, most loser fan base of Magic, go to the free Magic or whatever subreddit. It's full of awful, awful creatures. Moving on. Kolrath Zealot. Zealot, top card of your library. Oh, it's 6 mana though. Blech. 6 mana for 6/5 with basic land cycling. This Alana Informant. You mana for a 3/1. When it enters or dies, surveil 1. We're just gonna put this on the list of maybe, because I think surveil is a good mechanic. Just generally speaking, if you have cheap surveil cards. So 2 mana, 1/3 with surveil 1. Seems like a pretty good card. Sorry, it's not a 1/3, it's a 3/1. It's a 3/1. So yeah, and you would get 2 surveil triggers out of this. Either you ram it at their board or you use it as a very menacing blocker. And either way, you get a lot of value out of it. Night Tilling. Mill 4 cards, and you may return a permanent card from among them to your hand. Instant speed. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. Now, in my mono green, I run some interesting non-creature spells. In fact, okay, so it runs. Green has the second least amount of instants and sorceries, but it does have things like Noxious Revival, Is that really the only... It may be a Balagad recovery. But that's sorcery speed. So this is a really strong card. It's 2 mana instant, mill 4. So not surprising that green is seeing a lot of representation on my list here. So why I like it is you're milling 4. So if you're in the right kind of deck, say you're playing green-black, this is just a instant add. I mean, this could be like a pick 1 in a pack, kind of, you know, mid-draft. This may be a pick 1, depending on your, you know, where you're at with your color identity. Moonglove Extractor. Whenever this creature attacks, you draw a card and lose 1 life. I like it. I think it puts you on kind of a stupid timeline, but I like it. What's his stat line again? He is a 2/1. So, you know, it's 1 life, and in limited, you could probably do this 3 times. 3 times, and you'd feel very good about it. If this even hits once, you're above replacement, so that's pretty good. This is like a card that is a little bit of a signpost of how good is your opponent, because if they let you hit with this twice, then it's like, why aren't you blocking? If they let you hit with this 3 times, you've probably won the game. And unless like they have some insane board or something, or they're doing something weird. I wish that was a 2/2, but I can understand why Phyrexian Arena on a elf is a little bit strong, so they only made it a 2/1. In fact, 4 or 5 years ago, they would have made this a 1/2. And it still would have been pretty strong. So pretty satisfying card. All right, we're almost, I believe, through the commons. We're on the R's now. A 2 mana, no, sorry, 3 mana changeling lifelink. Not bad. Do I run away together? Probably not. But I feel like my blue is very focused on counters. And this is just a reprint, but I'm just gonna put it on here because 1, I like this art. I think this art is great. 2, I like this card because it's fair. So I like this card just because it's not gonna like really skew the power of the game. Scars Blade Malice, Death Touch and Life Link. That's nice. That's a nice effect. Is this a reprint? No, it's not. But so there is some Rakdos typical stuff in my cube of you want your dudes to die. So this could be nice because you just kind of ram it into their board, they go to block, then you are like, oops, we trade, and I replace my card. So I like this card. Doing Shield Bearer. 5 mana pump. I already have effects like that in both white and red, I believe. Unforgiving Aim. Destroy target creature with flying. Destroy target enchantment. Create a 2/2 black and green elf creature token. It's not bad. Squeeze. It's a lightning bolt for 3. You may discard a card if you do draw a card. Wanderbrine Preacher, that's just annoying. Because in Lorwyn Eclipse, you're doing a ton of convoking, and so if you're just like rushing out shit with convoke and then gaining life off of this guy every time, it would just be a slog. Oh, I did forget about Vivid. Vivid is a cool mechanic in this set, but not one that I'm really interested in for my cube. Wary Farmer. At the beginning of your end step, if another creature entered the battlefield under your control this turn, surveil 1. That's interesting. More surveil. Also, it's kind of weird. All of the surveil that I've been seeing so far has been in green or white and not in black or red. Of course, it's not surprising that it's not in red for this set, but yeah, a lot of like decks get built as 2 colors primarily in Lorwyn Eclipse, but then you are able to splash with these modal, or sorry, not modal, hybrid mana spells, and essentially have a 3-color deck for the price of 2, which is cool. So I like this card. I don't know. Not really for me though. Okay, we're on to the uncommons. Bogart Mischief. This is a really good card for goblins. I used to have a very, I mean, I still have it, but it's been kind of retired. I have a very powerful Franco Mob Boss Commander deck. And I have extensive experience also playing Bogart Auntie. What's her face? The Rakdos one from back in the day. Whenever a goblin creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. This card is so fucking just... If you have a Rakdos goblin deck, this enchantment is crazy. Just crazy. Alright, well, keep on keeping on. Let's see here. Bold Weir Aggressor. It's a giant. Other giants who have double strike, but they didn't print enough of them, so it doesn't matter. More changelings, more giants. I do like that. I think they did at least 1 kindred enchantment for each type. So that's nice. Creekwood Safe Right enters with 3/-1/1 at the beginning of your end step if there's an elf in your graveyard, and this creature has 1/1. Yeah, so this upgrades over time. Very easy to do in the actual limited environment for the set. Deep Channel Duelist. I love this. I love the Azorius kind of focus of Merfolk in this set. I think it's very strong. And just skipping along, a lot of the uncommons are supposed to, they're really for typo support, so I'm not sure that there's really too many that are super important. Lockman Posture, I love this art. It's just looking straight at you. Yeah, uncommon is just a ton of typo support. Ooh, an oof though. At the beginning of combat on your turn, another target creature you control gets +X until end of turn, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. I like this. I just like oofs though, so don't nap. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. The uncommon slots are just kind of hard to fit into a cube. Because a lot of the uncommons are to support a kindred or, like a keyword like Vivid. Kind of just skimming through here. There's really not a ton. A snare. And a value 2. Too restrictive. Thought Swift Lieutenant. This is such a signpost card. It's like Enclave Mentor or Conclave Mentor. Yeah, which I think is in my cube. Whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, Surveil 2. Interesting. I don't hate this card. Simply to Surveil 2 is extremely strong. So it is a 2-mana, 2/1 flyer. So just because of the Surveil 2, it's worth at least looking at. Voracious Tome Skinner, or Skimmer. Flying, whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, you may pay 1 life if you do draw a card. Yeah, I mean, if you're playing limited in the set and you see this card, you get this card. It doesn't matter what. Yeah, you could run this in just about any deck, and it would be pretty good. And that is the end of the uncommons. So not a ton from uncommons, to be honest, but I kind of expected that. Rare lands, I've already run all the shocks, so there's really not much there for me. Hold on, can I narrow this down? Is... Okay. So I just want to know what non-basics maybe there are. That's Lorwyn, Eclipsed, there. Land. See what we got. Yeah, it's just shocks. But, for example, how much? Hell yeah, dude. Driving prices down all the way to $6 on some of these. Steam vents, $8. If you need lots of shocks, buy them now. There will never be a cheaper time. Okay, so that's my set review. So what do we got here? We got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards out of the set that I'm going to look at and see if they really are that much better than anything in the list. Probably the Surveil stuff will probably be easy includes for me. Because, you know, I think that Surveil helps support a ton of other mechanics in a cube down the road. It also may just synergize with things I haven't seen in the cube myself. Um, I I'm usually pro. You want to see as much of your deck as fast as you can in any limited or cube environment. This can look like looting. This can look like card draw. This can look like milling. Um, so I think surveil just lets you do more quickly. There's very few times, like if you're choosing to surveil, it's usually because you have a plan. And I think surveil is just one of those more flexible um, things. The surveil lands are kind of on my short list of maybe I include those in the cube. I have a few of them, but I was thinking about going into every color for them, just because I think surveil um, just is a very strong mechanic. So anyway, thank you for checking out Lorwyn Eclipse with me. I'm probably gonna do one of these for every set. My cube is still rather new, so I'm still tweaking it, but it hasn't fired yet either. That's kind of the bummer too. I'm probably not going to make any changes until the next in-universe set. Um, if we think about 2026, there are not a lot of Magic sets that are in-universe, and I am not putting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Star Trek in my cube. Sorry, Wizards. Ain't gonna happen. All right. Catch you all next time.